Hey guys, Mike Patty with Cinesamples here, and this is the official CineBrass demo. And I'm going to go through all the patches and do some demonstrations here to give you a full-on demo of what this library can do. So bear with me. I recommend just sitting through the whole thing. It's probably going to be a little bit long, but should be very informative, so you can make an informed purchase decision. So let me talk a little bit about CineBrass and the whole recording process. First of all, we recorded the whole thing right here in Los Angeles at the SONY Pictures Scoring Stage. Here's a picture of the front gate. And here's a picture of the stage. If you don't know anything about the stage, it's sort of the top choice for composers here in LA. I know John Williams uses it all the time. I know that the week after we did the sessions, they were doing Pirates of the Caribbean 4. Here is a picture of Mr. Mike Berry conducting the low brass there. And here's a picture of the control room. And I just sat there with headphones listening to every note. So one of the cool things about this library, it's something that's never been done before, is we did the session completely union. We did it through a special agreement with the AFM, a sampling agreement. And it's the first of its kind. And what's great about that is that for every purchase, a percentage of the sales are going to go directly to the people that played on the session. And not just the musicians, it's going to go to the copyists and the engineers and everyone that sort of had a hand in the library. And we think that's just a really good way to do this, and especially if we want to keep recording here in LA and doing it with the best musicians at the best stages in the world. So we're really excited that that worked out, and hopefully it will work out for future sessions. And you can use the library like any other library. You're free to use it however you want in your own compositions, just like any other Cinesamples library. Okay, so first, we've got Trumpet Ensemble Articulations. All right, and I'll just play a little something here for you. All right, so you can see you play lightly, you get the staccatos, you play a little bit harder. You get sort of a quarter note short, and then you play with a little bit harder, and you get sort of a half note marcato short. And then if you hold down the sustain pedal, which I'm doing now, you get the sustains. And all of the shorts and the sustains, the volumes, are controlled by mod. So I don't know if you could see here, but I've got a fader here that's controlling CC #1 modulation. So, you know, here's it. And I'm going to raise the mod wheel up. Right, and that works for the sustains as well. Here we go. So the cool thing about this, the dynamic crossfade, is that it's not a crossfade. It's actually morphing between the different dynamics, so it sounds very smooth, much more smooth than if you would actually just crossfade. And that also applies to the shorts, so it's actually dynamically morphing from the. So as you go up, you don't hear that change. This is especially effective in the horns, which I'll show in a sec. So let me explain this Articulations patch. Right now, I have it set to velocity map, and that's where you got the eighth notes. So here, look at it. Short eighth is on controlled by velocity between 0 and 79, and the short quarter is controlled by velocity when it's between these two values, and then you get the short half when it's between these two values, right? And all of this is adjustable. You can set it to any parameter you want here. And here's a sustain. The sustain is triggered when you have the pedal down, you know, but you can do whatever you want here if you don't like our mapping. But what we've got is 5 different types of maps, which are, in our opinion, we thought were the most intuitive ways to do this. So we've got the velocity map, I've got one called velocity inverse map, which is the whole thing just upside down. So the high velocities are going to get the eighth note shorts, and the lower velocities are going to get the longer shorts. Then we've got the key switch map, which is an old school key switch method. Some people like this. You know, the C will trigger the eighth note shorts. You press the D, and then you're in the quarter note short mode. The E, you get the half note short mode. So as you're playing, you kind of have to switch between them like that. I don't like to work that way. I think the velocity map works best. And then we have a key switch velocity dynamic map, which means that this is kind of like your old school way of doing it as well. Like, the harder you play, you get the louder dynamics. And then we have MIDI CC number 2 map, which is you can switch between the different articulations using CC number 2, which can be pretty cool, actually. But let's go back to velocity map. That's my favorite. Hey, by the way, all of my playing has been awful and imperfect, but I think that's just a good way for you guys to see what it would be like if you just had the library in your studio right now. You're probably much better keyboard players than I am, but that's just my excuse for not being able to play these things properly. All right, let's move on here. Running out of time. Trumpets Ensemble True Legato. Okay, so we sampled all of the intervals, everything, going up and down. Which takes a very long time, but we did it. And we did it at 2 different dynamic levels. And using the dynamic crossfading, it just sounds really great and really smooth. The sustains we recorded at multiple dynamic levels. And those are the things that are the most important to get lots of dynamic levels. So oops. Yeah. Okay, that's the trumpet True Legato. And now we have a solo trumpet here. And what's cool is actually if you have the mod wheel all the way down, you get this nice vibrato, that sort of Saving Private Ryan sound. Here's the legato mode. I showed this before. We've got the mono and the polyphonic legato mode. Right now it's set to mono, but if we set it to polyphonic, you can play multiple notes at once, and it will play everything legato and connect all the notes together in a very musical way. So right, you can play. Right? Now, some people are saying on the forums and stuff that they don't like the legato transitions. They don't like them to be too loud, you know? And I can understand that. So what we did is we put this little legato volume slider here. So if the legato transition in one spot is too loud for you, you can assign this to a MIDI controller. Let's assign it to this one right here. See? And then if it's all the way down, you won't hear the legato transition or anything. So that's that. Here are the horns ensemble articulations. This is 6 horns. So you know. So while we're here, let's just look at the mixer real quick. So with CineBrass, you're going to get 3 microphone positions, a full mix, which is the close, the room, and the surround all mixed together, and also reverb stem, which is actually all of the samples passed through the Bricasti M7, which is an amazing reverb. So the full mix is, we did that so that it would save resources and be really just very efficient and not have any hiccups when you try to play complex arrangements. But you can load up close, room, and surround individually if you want, and let's just listen to the close mic by itself. I would never use a close mic by itself, but this is just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Right, and here's the room mic, which is basically the Decca tree, which is that microphone. It's like 3 microphones that are right behind the conductor, plus the these wide stereo mics. And then we have the surround, which is it's those microphones that are pointing back this way. And this is great because if you have a 5.1 setup in your studio, you can route these surround mics to those back speakers, which I know a lot of guys like to do. And then the reverb, this is just great. I love this. That might be a little bit wet, but you can adjust it like this. And of course, if you command click any one of these sliders, it will go right back to the 0 point. Let's move on here. Horns Ensemble True Legato. This is just like the trumpet and the solo trumpet. True Legato. And now, not only did we do the intervals, but we did unison transitions, meaning legato repetitions. So if you're playing something, here, let's do. You can repeat notes, and it will play a different sample for that second note. So you're actually getting that retonguing of the note. It's not just playing the sample again, right? Here's the solo horn. True legato. All right. Let's demo the polyphonic mode in this one. Good. Yeah. You can do 3 notes at once if you want. Or 4 notes. Full-on chords. It's pretty cool. Here's the Trombone Ensemble Articulations. This is just like the trumpet Articulations. Let's see. Let's do something that we all know. See if I can play it. So same thing, It comes with the velocity map, key switch map, all that stuff. Here is the tuba plus bass trombone articulation. So what we did here is that we realized that the tuba and the bass trombone are such a common doubling in film orchestration that Well, let's just record them that way. So you get the tuba, you get the roundness and the thickness of the tuba plus the bite of the bass trombone. So. And this actually sounds, you would never do this, but it sounds really good in chords. Check this out. There's a module. Just a nice warm sound. Okay, here's a chimbasso plus bass trombone. Everyone loves the chimbasso. Here we go. So this one you play hard, you get the... We got chimbasso sustains, which no one ever seems to sample. So we did those. Okay, so... We also, we did some effects. We didn't go crazy with the effects. We just did some things that we know that we wanted. Got some trumpet effects, you know, clusters and builds. Some rips and stuff. And we did some horn rips. We also did these horn rips that rip and then sustain at the top note, which doesn't exist, and it's such an important thing to have, especially if you're ripping and getting to an arrival point in a piece, you know. Or you do chords. It sounds kind of cool. Kind of neat. Yeah, and then here's a specialty pad called low brass pads, and you can just play chords here. So you got the trombones are here, and then the tuba and bass trombones are all down here. So, you know, you can play your trombone chords up here and then choose the bass note that you want down here. And what's great about this is there's a little bit of a release delay there. It takes a while for the release to end, so that it gives you time to lift your hand up and play the next chord. You know, so. All right, and you can adjust that delay amount here. You can actually turn it off if you want. Just pull this knob all the way over. So there you go. Those are the patches. So you get the 12 patches, and then you also get a bunch of Maltese, which are really great to have, and they're time saving. If you just want to load one of these Maltese up, here are the choices of your Maltese. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple of them. Check out the trumpets plus horns 8 VB articulations. Oh no, trumpets plus trombones. Here we go. Replace multi. Yes. It's loading up. These are big patches. Let's just check to see how fast this thing loads. There, done. 114 megabytes for just these two patches here. Let's hear how this one sounds. This is so you're gonna play it up here. You're gonna play it in the trumpet range, but then it's gonna be doubled down here in the trombones. So it's good for chords and that kind of like accent stuff. You know? Oop. See? There, that's right. That's that one. Let's try another one. Oh, but wait, before I do this, check this out. So this is a All right, here, let's do another one. Just doing this in real time here. Let's pull up the trumpets plus horns 8VB, a true legato. There we go. And this is actually just a beautiful patch. It's just great for melodies and love that one. Let's do one more here. How about 2D brass ensemble, so you can have the whole shebang here, all in one patch. So this is all the articulations patches. You got the trumpets and horns, trombones, and the tuba, all loaded up here, and they're all layered together. So you got, you know. You know. Right. And you do chords too, you know. I'll hold down the sustain pedal. So there you go. That's my demo. That's CineBrass. And I hope you like it. And if you have any questions, just drop us an email. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.